Life has a rhythm, a hidden schedule that most people overlook. The hours between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. are not ordinary. They are sacred, powerful, and full of potential. Many successful people throughout history have discovered that these quiet hours hold a unique opportunity for personal growth, spiritual alignment, and breakthrough thinking. What you do during this time can define the course of your life, if only you choose wisely. Early mornings are sacred. They are the incubators of vision and purpose. In the stillness of the pre-dawn hours, the world around you is quiet, free from distraction, and in that silence, the mind becomes sharp and the spirit alert. This is the time when clarity emerges naturally, when your deepest thoughts and greatest ideas can rise to the surface unimpeded by the noise of daily life. It is during these hours that the seeds of your future can be planted, nurtured, and given the space to grow. Most people waste these hours in sleep or in restless wandering, unaware that the universe has set aside this time as a sacred laboratory for greatness. Those who rise early, however, learn to see the hidden patterns of life, to recognize opportunities before they are obvious, and to align their actions with their highest potential. In these quiet moments, your mind is free to strategize without pressure, your heart is free to reflect without judgment, and your soul is free to connect with its purpose without interference. The early hours awaken a sense of discipline, for to rise while others sleep is to declare that your dreams are more important than comfort. It is a declaration that your life is intentional, that your success will not be left to chance, and that you are willing to pay the price that few are willing to pay. It is in this sacred space that you can visualize the life you desire, plan the steps needed to achieve it, and prepare yourself mentally, emotionally, and spiritually to execute with excellence. These hours are also a time for nourishment of the mind, body, and spirit. Knowledge absorbed in the early morning penetrates deeper. Ideas conceived in the silence become sharper, and commitments made during this time are etched with greater resolve. The power of early mornings is not just in what you do during them, but in the mindset they cultivate, a mindset of purpose, of intentionality, and of unstoppable momentum. Silence is a teacher. It reveals what noise conceals. In the stillness, your mind begins to notice what is often hidden in the chaos of everyday life. When the world is loud, your thoughts are crowded, your vision is blurred, and the truth of your own heart can be drowned out. But in moments of quiet, the layers of distraction fall away and clarity emerges. You start to see the opportunities that were there all along, the solutions that were always within reach, and the direction that your life is meant to take. Silence forces you to listen, not just to the world, but to yourself. It allows you to confront your fears, your doubts, and your limitations without turning away. It challenges you to face the questions that noise would have you ignore. What is my purpose? Where am I going? Am I living the life I was designed to live? In these moments, wisdom speaks softly, but it speaks clearly. It is in silence that you learn the discipline of patience, the power of reflection, and the beauty of focus. While others are overwhelmed by the constant demands of noise, those who embrace silence are able to cultivate insight, perspective, and understanding. They discover the truths that elude the distracted, and in doing so, they gain the power to act with precision and confidence. Silence is not emptiness. It is a teacher, a guide, and a doorway to deeper awareness. It is in these quiet hours, when the world is still, that your mind can think freely, your spirit can be renewed, and your destiny can begin to take shape. True power begins in thought. What you conceive in your mind, you will achieve in reality. Every great achievement in history, every breakthrough, every innovation, started as an idea in someone's mind. The mind is the birthplace of destiny, the engine of possibility, and the foundation upon which all success is built. What you allow yourself to think, visualize, and believe shapes the trajectory of your life. If your thoughts are limited, your results will be limited. If your imagination is bold, your life can rise to extraordinary heights. Thoughts are not merely fleeting images. They are the seeds of action. When you think with clarity and purpose, you plant those seeds with intention, and they grow into tangible outcomes. The reality you experience tomorrow is directly connected to the ideas you nurture today. To ignore the power of your thoughts is to ignore the power of your future. This principle also teaches discipline. It is not enough to let random thoughts drift through your mind. You must consciously guide your thinking toward what is constructive, what is inspiring, and what aligns with your highest vision. Thoughts shape habits. Habits shape actions. Actions shape destiny. The chain begins with the mind. The people who achieve greatness are not necessarily stronger, faster, or luckier. They are thinkers who dared to conceive the impossible and then acted on it relentlessly. They understand that to control their reality, they must first control their thoughts. Every moment spent in focused, purposeful thinking is a step toward transforming dreams into reality, because the mind is the blueprint and life is the construction site. Preparation is the mother of success. Do not waste time, even in darkness. Success is never accidental. It is the result of deliberate planning, consistent effort, and unwavering discipline. While others wait for the right moment or complain about circumstances, those who prepare recognize that every moment, even the quiet and seemingly unproductive ones, carries opportunity. Darkness is not a barrier. It is a canvas on which you can sketch the blueprint of your future. To prepare is to invest in your own potential before the world demands it. It is to anticipate challenges, to sharpen your skills, and to equip yourself for the opportunities that others may overlook. Those who rise early, who use the still hours for reflection, learning, and planning, gain an advantage that cannot be matched by luck alone. Preparation transforms uncertainty into confidence and chaos into strategy. Even when circumstances seem unfavorable, preparation allows you to act decisively when the time comes. The person who plans in darkness can shine in the light because they have built a foundation that supports greatness. Waiting for perfect conditions only delays success. Those who prepare in advance create the conditions themselves. Every great achievement in life is built on this principle. The work you do today, even when unnoticed, sets the stage for victory tomorrow. Preparation does not ask for recognition. It asks for commitment, patience, and vision. And it is through this commitment that you ensure that when opportunity arrives, you are ready to embrace it fully. Knowledge is not just to be stored, it is to be applied for impact. Many people accumulate information, collect facts, and memorize lessons, yet they fail to realize that knowledge alone has no power until it is put into action. Wisdom is born not in what you know, but in how you use what you know to create change, solve problems, and make a difference in the world. Knowledge becomes power only when it drives purposeful action. The early hours of the morning are the perfect time to transform knowledge into action. In the quiet, your mind can focus without distraction, ideas can be refined, and strategies can be formed. Reading, learning, and reflecting are important, but they are only the starting point. True mastery comes when what you have learned begins to shape your decisions, guide your actions, and influence the lives of others positively. Applying knowledge requires courage. It challenges you to move beyond comfort and to step into the arena where results are measured. It requires discipline, consistency, and a vision for impact. Every lesson, every skill, every insight you gain is a tool. Use it to build, to create, to inspire, and to lead. When knowledge is applied with purpose, it becomes a force that can change your life, your community, and even generations to come. Remember, the world does not reward ideas that sit idle in the mind. It rewards those who act, those who implement, and those who turn understanding into measurable influence. Knowledge is a seed, but action is the water and sunlight that allow it to grow into something extraordinary. Knowledge is not just to be stored, it is to be applied for impact. Many people spend their lives gathering information, reading books, attending seminars, and learning from experiences, yet they fail to realize that knowledge by itself does not change anything. Knowledge becomes powerful only when it is put into action. It is the bridge between your potential and your results, between what you dream and what you achieve. The early hours of the morning provide a unique opportunity to turn knowledge into impact. In the stillness, your mind can focus without distraction, allowing you to reflect deeply on what you have learned and how it can be applied to your life. This is the time to plan, strategize, and create actionable steps. When you take what you know and use it purposefully, it begins to shape your decisions, influence your actions, and elevate not only your life, but also the lives of those around you. Applying knowledge requires courage and discipline. It is not enough to understand concepts intellectually. You must live them, implement them, and make them tangible. Knowledge without application is like a seed that never sees sunlight. It holds potential, but never produces fruit. Those who act on what they know, who translate insight into action, are the ones who leave a lasting mark, who create impact far beyond themselves, and who turn ordinary lives into extraordinary legacies. Every lesson you learn carries with it the responsibility to use it for something meaningful. Knowledge gains value only when it empowers, inspires, and transforms. The true measure of understanding is not in how much you know, but in how much you do with what you know. Physical vitality strengthens mental clarity. Your body is part of your destiny. Too often, people underestimate the connection between the body and the mind, treating physical health as separate from purpose or success. Yet the truth is that your body is the vessel through which all your ideas, dreams, and actions must flow. If your body is weak, tired, or neglected, your mind cannot operate at its full potential. Energy, focus, and endurance are cultivated through caring for your physical self, and they directly impact your ability to think clearly, act decisively, and pursue your vision relentlessly. The early hours of the morning are a perfect time to strengthen your body, to invest in its vitality before the demands of the day drain you. Exercise, movement, and proper nourishment are not just habits. They are commitments to yourself and your purpose. Every push, every step, every conscious choice to care for your body enhances not only your health, but also your ability to pursue your destiny with clarity and power. When your body is aligned with your mind, your actions become sharper, your decisions more precise, and your energy more focused. Physical vitality fuels mental acuity, emotional resilience, and spiritual endurance. The discipline you cultivate through caring for your body translates into every other area of your life, creating a foundation that supports success, growth, and achievement. To neglect the body is to limit your potential. To strengthen it is to honor the life, purpose, and destiny you have been given. Your body is not just a shell. It is a partner in the realization of your dreams, a critical instrument in the orchestration of your life's purpose, and a reflection of your commitment to greatness. Gratitude and meditation align you with your higher purpose. In the quiet of the early morning, when distractions are gone and the world is still, your mind has the perfect opportunity to pause, reflect, and center itself. Gratitude is more than a feeling. It is a practice of recognizing the blessings, opportunities, and lessons in your life, even when circumstances seem challenging. When you focus on what you have rather than what you lack, you shift your perspective from limitation to abundance and from fear to faith. Meditation, on the other hand, is the practice of calming the mind, listening to your inner voice, and connecting with a source of wisdom far greater than yourself. In these moments of stillness, you gain clarity, insight, and direction that cannot be found in the noise and busyness of daily life. It is here that your higher purpose begins to reveal itself, not through external validation, but through internal alignment. When gratitude and meditation are combined, they create a powerful synergy. Gratitude opens your heart, creating a fertile ground for positive energy and perspective. Meditation quiets your mind, allowing your deepest thoughts, aspirations, and visions to surface clearly. Together, they align you with the principles of your life, the mission of your existence, and the actions necessary to fulfill your destiny. The practice of these habits in the early hours is transformative. It teaches patience, humility, and focus. It strengthens your connection to your inner wisdom, cultivates peace amidst chaos, and empowers you to act with intention. Gratitude and meditation are not simply acts of reflection. They are tools for transformation, keys to unlocking your full potential, and pathways to living a life in harmony with your highest purpose. Focus on priorities, not distractions. Success favors clarity. Life is full of noise, endless tasks, interruptions, and demands that pull you in every direction. Most people drift through the day reacting to whatever comes their way, allowing distractions to dictate their actions, and in doing so, they drift further from their purpose. But those who rise early, who take the time to define what truly matters, learn that clarity of focus is the key to achievement. Prioritizing means identifying the few actions that have the greatest impact on your life, your goals, and your vision. It requires discipline to say no to the urgent yet insignificant, and courage to say yes to the meaningful even when it is difficult or inconvenient. When you focus on your priorities, every decision, every effort, and every moment becomes purposeful. You move with intention rather than chaos, with direction rather than confusion. Clarity is a force multiplier. It allows you to see opportunity where others see obstacles, to act decisively where others hesitate, and to accomplish in hours what would take others days. Success is not merely a matter of working harder. It is a matter of working smarter, of channeling your energy toward the areas that matter most. The distractions will always be there, but your ability to focus on what is essential will determine whether you rise or remain stagnant. The early morning is a sanctuary for focus. In the stillness, you can discern your priorities without interference, plan your actions with precision, and set the tone for a day in which success is no longer accidental but deliberate. Focus is a choice, clarity is a principle, and when both guide your actions, you position yourself for extraordinary results. Giving empowers both the giver and the receiver. True success is never measured solely by what you accumulate for yourself, but by the value and impact you bring into the lives of others. When you give, whether it is your time, your knowledge, your resources, or your encouragement, you create a ripple effect that reaches far beyond what you can see. The act of giving transforms the recipient, providing them with opportunity, hope, and support, while simultaneously transforming you, shaping your character, expanding your perspective, and cultivating a heart that is aligned with purpose. The early hours of the morning are an ideal time to reflect on ways you can give. In the stillness, you can consider how your unique skills, talents, and experiences can serve others. Giving is not limited to grand gestures. It begins with small acts of kindness, intentional words of encouragement, or deliberate efforts to lift someone else. These acts accumulate, creating momentum that not only improves the lives of others, but strengthens your own sense of meaning and fulfillment. Giving also teaches humility and gratitude. It reminds you that your life is part of a larger story and that your influence is not confined to yourself. When you give without expecting in return, you tap into a principle of abundance. The more you invest in the growth and success of others, the more your own life is enriched. Giving becomes a cycle of empowerment, creating strength, resilience, and purpose in both the giver and the receiver. The principle is simple yet profound. Your destiny is linked to the impact you make on others. As you rise early, prepare your mind and strengthen your spirit. Consider how your actions can lift someone else, knowing that in doing so, you are also expanding your own potential, influence, and legacy. Remember this, the quiet hours are not empty. They are alive with potential. If you rise between 3 a.m. and 5 a.m. and act with purpose, your life will never be the same. Your dreams, your vision, your destiny, they are waiting for you to claim them. Choose to rise, choose to act, choose to grow. The morning is not just the start of a day. It is the start of your greatness.